Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's lean against the bed rest together. What is a bed rest still?
I know.
Is it like a headrest, but it's the whole
bed? Well, that's why I'm like, is it the elevated bed that's basically been put into the sitting position before we sat down? So,
All right, well,
right?
we're laying against whatever that is.
Oh?
Oh,
no.
What?
Are you shy?
Because we lean away, I guess?
Oh, maybe
Does
we
leaning back make us seem shy?
Seems normal? Or did we, like, sit all the way down and she wasn't expecting that?
Or, like, we turned...
went bonk and went... Ooh.
Or again, like, our leaning back seemed like scooting away from her?
Mm-hmm.
A bit.
Play shy, though.
Louisa, yeah, I know. I said play it being shy. That sounds so insincere. It's like the whole thing, pretend to slip and fall. Like, are we meant to be, like, an option of being really manipulative as a character? Like,
That's
whoa.
so terrible.
Sounds strange as hell to me.
I'm also just like, I personally can't exactly pick up what this character is wanting to do, but we've had problems with that even when we played the girl characters. So, you know, this is not unique.
Yeah, we're not familiar with basically what the experience is meant to be here, or what's supposed to be either 1, titillating, 2, romantic, or 3, appealing about it. Like, we're just kind of going, what's going on?
Constantly, what is going on?
What is your experience with dating games? What's going on?
Ah!
Louisa laughs, her smile not a bit mocking. She doesn't judge people for being shy, even though I'm the only shy person she's ever had be shy ever with her.
How do you know that I'm not mocking? Are you reading my script?
I mean, that's the kind of smile that isn't mocking, so it doesn't matter if you're mocking, your smile isn't.
I love where people do that and they go, I know you're sincere. And sometimes on the inside, you're just like, and you are a bad judge of character.
And you are really... I'm glad you know that, but what you know is wrong.
And also being like, wow, you just don't know anything. You're like, no, I'm just literally trying really hard to believe this is not where we're going with this, because I would rather it not, and that seems socially inappropriate. Like, why would you ever do this?
Super weird.
I have ended up in personally really awkward situations with a lot of people just because I was like, I am trying not to believe that this is going somewhere, and I've had people look at me and go, excuse me, they're trying to go out with you, and if they get you drunk, this thing or that thing, like, that's what they're specifically trying to do, to try to get you go drinking, because they're trying to show off, to try to, I'm like, there's so many, and I'm like, oh, I don't, like...
I've had some of that going on too, and my friend has pointed out where there's just, there'll be a guy that will pay a lot of attention to me, and I'll be like, okay, friends, and I'll make several specifications of I'm available for friends, we could hang out casually, these kinds of things, and they'll never ask for what they're after, and they'll just be like, yeah, okay, and it's like spend a ton of attention on me, and it's really weird, and then my friend has been like, they're trying to date you, and I'm like, yeah, but I said that wasn't available, and they're like, that doesn't matter, and I'm going, but if they respected me and were an adult, and rather by that I mean were mature enough to understand what I said and then agreed with it, why would it not be true?
Can I bring up the dumb?
No, we need to keep going.
Okay, because I wanted to bring up the dumb. My God, it was so bad. Anyway, it's fine. Keep going.
All right. Not a bit mocking.
I have seen thousands of patients both in and out of their clothes.
Naked bodies mean nothing to me, mister.
It's okay. Bodies are okay. Bodies are natural.
Bodies are really good. In fact, everyone's born with one.
Huh.
Universally. If they're born, they have a body.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's how that works. Do you think this is going to be any different? That does still sound kind of patronizing, but that's me.
You're trying to make... I imagine you're trying to make me more comfortable here. Like, I feel like that's what you're doing, but it's not, like, I'm not feeling it really, because really my discomfort is I'm very unfamiliar with hospitals and medical personnel, and while I'm pretty, smart, because, I'm 16, I've had a lot of experience, I just don't know how all this works, and so it hasn't occurred to me that, you've seen tons of people, and that doesn't necessarily lessen my personal embarrassment, in the same way that someone can tell me that everyone's nervous on tests, and it doesn't make me less nervous.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. I've actually heard of nurses where they're like, yeah, I've seen people who are naked, it's okay. But you can totally be embarrassed, but it's all right, I won't think anything of you, kind of thing. And sometimes that's all they can do. Like, that's really the most they can do. And
I can assure you, this is completely professional. No worries.
Yep, pretty much.
I sigh, finally seeing the point behind her argument. Did she argue?
What?
A statement of I've seen lots of bodies is an argument?
Was she even arguing with us because did we agree with her that, like, I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We can
I stop resisting, which hasn't been established that is happening, and sigh, finally seeing the point behind her argument, which was the one statement I've seen lots of buddies in and out of clothes.
Especially because we couldn't really establish fairly well what that lean against the bed rest. That's not like I pull, but like I pull away and lean back against the bed rest.
Yeah, I say I pull away from her. I scoot as far away from her as I can on the bed.
Like, you need to be more clear. The language in here is bizarre.
It's not helping me.
It's
So.
I can't.
I'm sorry. I'm just not used to someone changing my clothes. That hasn't happened since I was a really little kid. You know, when parents used to do it.
And honestly, it shouldn't be that hard. She might just be like, all right, cool. So I'm going to show you how to untie the knot because you seem really drugged and that's okay. And then I'll let you basically unwind it. And I'm going to go get the other hospital gown so that when you change out of it, you won't be cold for very long. And I'll be able to wrap this back.
Or have to sit there naked while I walk away and walk back.
No kidding. Oh, no.
The threads.
It's an open back hospital gown.
That's what I'm getting.
Why?
So wrapped around me like a snake. I don't know what that means.
That doesn't
also, if it only has one tie at the top, we are totally exposed, back and booty and everything, to our wheelchair. And when we stood up from the wheelchair, we should have been super embarrassed about the entire back of us.
The author didn't know what they were writing, and they were literally writing for interesting thing of the day.
For an immediate scene right now. So like if that is, maybe there's another tie/thread somewhere?
Please.
Without another word, Louisa unties the threads behind my neck. Then she pulls the gown off my body. So yeah, like if we really stood up to go to the bathroom with no embarrassment or no awareness at all, with the entire back of us exposed, only one string tied at the top, which does not keep the fabric together all the way down.
Not at all.
Then, and you know, just basically our back and our butt hanging out. Unless, again, he's really damn drugged, I think he would have noticed.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're more and more going for the he's super drugged. And that's the only thing that makes really sense in this game so far.
Scenario?
Like, that makes everything work. Otherwise, you just have to go, well, the writers weren't thinking about that in that scene and connecting it to this scene. And I just want it to be a better story than that.
My friend is very hopeful, and I appreciate the hope. I'm sorry, we're playing a fetish nurse game. The fetish otome. We're not even playing an otome anyway, because if you don't know, otome actually just means like young girl or young lady, or like
directed towards girls.
Once
it's directed towards boys, it's not an otome game anymore.
Yeah, I don't recall what they're actually called, because
unless it's otome because there's young girls in it and it can be used multiple ways. I don't know, because we have words that can be used multiple ways.
I know, and we do that sometimes in English anyway, because people just go, oh, an otome is a dating game. They don't go that an otome is a dating game that's aimed at girls. You just go, it's an otome. Oh, I'm playing an otome, and I'm a boy, and I am playing an otome game.
Okay.
Or a visual novel, I think, is where they usually start going more for gender neutral.
But visual novel is usually ones that don't have like a romance theme to them. And then otome is usually ones that do, based on what my current experience is. Anyway, so she pulls it off of us with no preparation at all. She's going to leave us sitting there naked on the bed. Is this humiliation thing? And also, I would like to argue that people can write really good fetish nurse kink stories if they want to, and they could be super cool.
I'm not saying that they can't.
But
I'm just like, I would prefer to also have been warned.
The cold
to
hair
be honest.
Makes me shiver. Yeah, the App Store was not very clear about this at all.
Nope.
It's freezing here. Now that the front of me is exposed as well as the back of me has been the entire time, the air conditioner is top notch, because I don't want to sound offensive. It's okay.
My inguinal canal contains things that normally do not hang out there.
That are not normally contained within it.
Yep. Pretty much.
I don't have any blankets, and neither of us are prepared. And it's amazing that I was so warm with just a thin strip of cloth over the front of me. And now
I'm afraid that this is going to go mature somewhere, and I constantly keep being afraid, even though it's not, and I understand it.
It's not rated mature. Louisa, what are you doing? Oh, God. She's going to sponge bath us. That's why it's a premium option, because we get clean. Cleanliness should not be a romance option. Hygiene is necessary for medical care. Hygiene is necessary for physical health.
It could totally be a romance thing. I'm just not feeling it. I have the uncomfortable knees, okay?
All right.
I have uncomfortable knees.
My friend's needs are not being met. Carrying a basin of water Where did she get it? How long has it been sitting around? Is it going to be cold?
Yes.
It was just sitting in your room. It's fine. It's going to be cold.
I'm giving you a sponge bath. Isn't that fun?
As part of my service to make you feel comfortable, it's a fun thing. Yay!
I say, as a voice actor, try not to die inside. Now hold still. The water is lukewarm. It's not going to kill you.
Why is it lukewarm? Like, isn't that what they call tepid? That feels cold as soon as you get it on your skin. Also, if the air conditioning's really that good.
Hang on. It's room temperature. It's not going to kill you.
Oh my god. The room is not cold. It's room temperature. The air conditioning's really good. It's like 60 in here. It's room temperature water.
Honestly, I love when people do stuff like that. And you're like, it's really cold. And they go, don't worry, it's room temperature water. And you stare at them and you're like, so it'd be freezing?
So, as cold as the room, but a couple of degrees colder because water is a great conductor of temperature?
Oh god.
I freeze in place as I freeze while I'm in place.
Freeze!
Crack. As she dips the sponge into the basin, wearing her cloth gloves that get soaked with the water from the basin.
That's what she's actually going to do. She's going to clean her, like you, with her gloves.
No.
See, where you couldn't rub it into the wound earlier, now she's going to rub her hands all over you, covered in gloves.
Pep, here's my scrubbing gloves. All right, is there soap in there? Oh,
please.
I guess I don't have a choice.
I mean, you do.
As a minor, you should have advocates here for you that should be able to, speak for your care preferences.
Actually.
Oh, whoops. That's fine.
This is awkward.
Louisa starts to slide the sponge against my arm. Not put it against my arm and slide it. She just starts by sliding it. Oh my god.
Sorry, this is my washing noise.
Okay, so she puts it on there and just presses it into the arm. Water runs down your arm, runs
you
down
instantly freeze.
runs down your like the side of you and onto your thigh, and then soaks your bed.
And then you pee yourself again because
Because
it's
it's
so cold. For such a young man, you have a good physique.
Is she blushing?
She is.
She's suddenly blushing, going, I never noticed until I pressed part of myself bodily against you while you're nude to scrub you with a sponge.
Louisa going, you don't know this, but I actually wear glasses normally. I just don't wear them, and I forgot my contacts today.
And so I took them off to come into your room. I keep putting them back on, at the nurse's quarters. They're in my extra pocket here. I say, but I couldn't really see what you looked like at all until I started looking at you very closely to wash you. And you know what? You're a very fit young gentleman.
Oh, wow, that's really impressive.
I sport. Oh,
I...
Is she seriously complimenting my body like I just did hers by telling her she was really pretty? Thanks.
I guess we are really just in sex worker land. I don't know what
That's
else.
What it seems like.
I guess I'll...
I told you I sport a lot. I was so right.
Oh my god! I guess all that sport must have paid off.
Oh
my god! They can't even just pick one. Oh my god! All that sport! Go Team Quidditch! Holy shit! Go Team Sport!
Okay, so we actually saw a pair of
underwear?
Merchandised underwear.
Yeah.
That said "Go Team Quidditch." Which, for anybody that's aware of that reference and the context in the Harry Potter universe, there is no Team Quidditch. It's like saying go Team Football, go Team Rugby. Like, that is the entire league. That is the entire organization. It's like saying go Team Chef.
Ah, yes, go Team Golf.
Yeah, exactly. Go Team Golf. All of golf. Go Team Golf. We're so glad that as a species we play golf. Go Team Golf.
Yay, Team Volleyball. Whee!
Go Team Olympics.
Ah, which is, oh my god.
That sport. I was right.
God.
I called it so hard.
I deserves a high five.
Because I sport so much.
Oh my god. I feel like, what do you play again? Basketball?
No. Soccer. I'm one of the best players in the team, if I do say so myself. We are not on our team. We're in our team because we're all in this. We're all in this together.
You know what? You know where... There's no I in team, but do you know where it resides?
In
the a-hole!
Oh, God. I heard that from my friend. I didn't get it, and it's like you have to write team with a capital A, and then you have the
Yeah.
little triangle in the top when it's a like just a standard
And it
print
looks like a little
A, and it
eye.
looks like a triangle dotted I,
Yeah.
kind of, or
Kinda.
like a pyramid with a pyramid over it, depending on
It
your
only,
font.
I was about to say, it depends on your font, for sure. Hi,
If
I'm
I
one of
do
the best
say
players.
so myself,
Team
assessing my own abilities, I'm one of the best players on the team because I never try and fake injuries, so I get a lot more practice than all the other players who all try to come here to ogle you all the time. But I've never done that before, and I'm actually really injured. Should I prove to her how bad my leg is hurt? I hope she knows that I'm not faking it.
You don't say. It's too bad that your leg is broken now. It's not your calf.
You don't
It really is
say.
your entire goddamn leg.
My whole leg. On the other hand, they do say your arm is broken when you've broken a bone in your arm.
Yeah, that's fair.
They do. They say your arm is broken.
It's-
I broke my arm, not I broke my tibia.
I mean, they will, the doctor will tend to be specific about it, and then they will go on to using basically more casual lingo as they go along.
They should have told us which bone was specifically specifically broken.
What was broken at
We
first? Yeah.
specifically broke. Do
I wish that I could watch you play.
you like sport? I say, while I'm naked, freezing on a bed, and she with her white gloves soaking in water is holding a sponge and rubbing it slowly on my body in circles. Staring me in the eyes. I wish I could watch you sport.
Oh wow, sport, it's my favorite.
I love sport. She moves the sponge from my arms, which she was now doing both of at once because I had them together in the seal flipper position, and to my chest. So she peeled my arms apart so she could get to my chest. And now the water really is soaking my sheets pretty bad. I tremble a bit because I'm really not used to being this cold and wet and embarrassed. And why isn't there a curtain around my bed? What if someone walks in the door? Oh my god, what if you're bathing and suddenly Nikki walks in and you're just like, bah! And you try to fling yourself out of bed, but you know you're gonna die because your leg is broken?
Oh god. Apparently soccer gives you an amazing body.
That
This
sounds
is a sex worker.
oddly specific and persistent.
I can't.
Miss
I can't.
Louisa.
I can't.
And
of all of my patients, I think you have the best complexion around here. Around here!
I know.
She shrieks abruptly. Here!
she's like, and of all my patients, I think you have the best complexion around. Here! Something happened! Like the door flings open.
Everything. She like throws the sponge at somebody coming in through the door. Mickey, hello!
Right in the face.
No! Just for you! Stay out! He's
I
naked!
forgot to pull the curtain! Hang on! Dives over your leg, you know, like Airplane or National Lampoon style, lands on your broken leg as she fumbles for the curtain and pulls it around and slides off you. You're like dying of pain. Her stands there with the curtain now closed, Mickey in the doorway, sponge sliding off her face, claps on the floor. She's like, is everything okay? And you're just like, ah. And she's like, oh, you look very stressed, mister. Are you all right? Here. Louisa, what are you? Stop it. Why'd you yell here at me? Don't touch me around that area. I don't get dirty there. And by the way,
Okay.
don't you know, even though I don't know, because I'm a minor child who's been canonically labeled as 16, that I should probably wash my own genitals if my arms function?
Also, okay, so we're assuming where this is being, the washing is going, but currently, what I'm thinking of is we have still remained in the chest area, and now we have basically approached the noipnops.
Nipples.
And the noiples.
It's probably
the
nipples. You can't wash nipples.
You can't
That's
wash.
unacceptable.
And I'm also like, the thing that's always bothered me is that I've heard it before where people just go, yeah, guys' nipples don't matter, basically. And some people are just like, I don't understand why guys have nipples. And I'm like, you are a broken human being, and I'm very sad for you that you have no idea why anybody has nipples, let alone you don't know anything about biology, but also that, like, nipples on anybody for the most part, like, I've run into some people who are not very sensitive, and that's totally fine.
But nipples do have nerve endings.
They do! And I've actually heard, and, like, we've both heard grown-ass men complain, going, I always wear a soft undershirt because I hate my nipples getting chafed.
So,
like, I specifically was like, you know what? I feel like they should have basically a kind of sports bra for men, as it were, because
Like
I'm
an
assuming a
undershirt
certain body
that
experience.
protects your nipples
Right.
when you're wearing coarser other shirts, which is why a lot of people do wear undershirts.
Yeah, they do.
When they're wearing, your fancy button-up shirts and stuff, because a lot of them aren't very comfortable. On the other hand, when I was working at the manufacturing job that I was, there was an experience of a lot of guys, like a lot of the women that I worked with, into the women's locker room, if you will, because they had binary
Yes.
locker rooms there.
Yes.
So the people who used the women's locker room would have a shirt or a bra on under their uniform, and a lot of the guys wouldn't. But after a while, when they were new, they wouldn't, and then they would start wearing one because they're going, it chafes and or irritates your nipples
Yeah.
to just wear this uniform shirt.
Because they were really rough shirts, and they were
pretty
supposed to, because they
coarse.
were meant to be reusable. And over time, when they would get older, they would become much softer. But yeah, when you got new shirts, oh my God, they were sharp.
They were starched and sturdy and
Ugh,
beautiful.
they were an experience. All
So
right.
I guess in the next one we'll figure out what that area is and if it is nipples.
Yeah, so thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and please also feel free, I guess, share our videos. I am deeply uncomfortable right now, and it's okay. So here we are. Other than that, though, if you'd like to support us more directly, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon, and please buy me a drink.
Because I'm gonna die.
Because I'm gonna need one. And then other than that, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you.
Bye!